24 minutes past the hour of 11. You are still tuned in on Beyond the Grey with
Yes,
myself,
you
Baby Sue,
are.
and of course, Azan the Man. We are live on YouTube. It's official, guys. Super excited. Just want to mention that. So you can stream us on YouTube now, and I'm sure it's going to be up there for you to rewind, save offline, and watch. So do the right thing. Make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. Like, share, notification button. Yonke lando. So
Subscribe
every
to our
time we are
channel.
live, you will know that you can just listen to us. It will inform you that every time each and every show is live, you will be the first to know because you will have subscribed to our YouTube channel. So yeah, man, super excited.
We are doing this, man.
Doing the most.
We are doing too much.
We are doing too much.
Yeah, man. I'm pretty sure some people out there are upset. But it happens, man. What can I say? I used to be upset before I was part of the Voice Lounge.
Yeah.
And if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah. and the thing is, right, about haters, like, kumnandi when someone hates, but deep down they can't help but actually respect. Like, I hate them, but
guys,
you know what?
you know what it
good.
is? Hate is just confused admiration.
Yeah.
I always assume if you're hating on me, you just admire me and you just can't stomach it.
Yeah.
Like, how do I admire this guy normally? You just can't. I get it.
I like it. Like,
We're amazing. It
you know,
happens.
Xanderman is, but at the same time, you're like, he's good though. Like,
Yeah.
he's super good. You know, you
Like,
hate, but you respect. You
Yeah,
love to hate
Papa's
him.
on the man. Not he's confident. I am Papa's on
Yeah,
the man.
Papa, God, I love that so much. But we are also available on our social media platforms. We are the Voice Lounge on Facebook, the Voice Lounge on Twitter, now known as X, and of course the Voice Lounge _ZA on Instagram.
Yes. And of course, guys, you can also get us on our website, thevoicelounge.co.za/live. That is the Voice Lounge .co.za/live. You can, of course, drop a comment there. I just want to say it again. YouTube, we're there.
Yeah.
YT, we are there. They call it YT.
Yeah,
apparently.
we are YouTubers officially.
Yeah, welcome
hey, Zan,
to our channel.
what do you do? I'm a YouTuber. Welcome, guys, to the Voice Lounge channel.
Steam ako na ba YouTube ako rin yan. Ana Steam ang blood.
Hey,
ba guys?
YouTube.
Guys, I swear.
YouTube.
I'm a presenter and it's touching them. These days I say I'm a broadcaster.
Broadcaster,
I don't want to say I talk at work because it's sound ngati I got respectable, man. I got respectable. I don't really like that. So do the right thing, guys. Our TikTok is also there. So make sure you also do that. We have challenges there. Sometimes they make us dance. Sometimes you find us doing other things.
Sometimes you act even.
Yeah,
all of a sudden
we were acting all of a sudden. Someone was like, "Oh, Zan, you back in the acting?" I'm like, "No, they were just annoying me at work." Yes,
it's a
the Voice
challenge.
Lounge _ZA on TikTok. Do the right thing.
But you know what I like about YouTube, man? Like, it's super sophisticated, almost just like Facebook, right? Where people can rewind. But the thing is, it's convenient even when you don't have data because you can actually download and save our
Yes, you
videos
can.
and watch
You
offline.
can.
So you don't need to have data. It's super convenient. Download when you have access to Wi-Fi and then go back to an episode of Beyond the
Exactly.
Grey or any other show.
Because sometimes people don't have time at work. They have
Yeah.
Wi-Fi at work, so you can just do the right thing. We are trying to make this experience as appealing and convenient to you as possible. That's what sets us apart from, I think, everybody else in the market. Is that we have so much for you, and make sure that in 2026 you do the right thing. You catch us everywhere, and you make sure you keep your finger on the pulse because we are sure doing that.
Yeah,
On the
every
pulse.
time the tech team sits down and producers sit down and everyone in programming sit down, they think about how they can make this better for you. It's always about you. So when we say your voices come to life on this platform, we don't just say it as a slogan, but we actually mean it.
And
Like,
even as presenters,
it's important to us.
there are things that I know are important for the consumer,
Yeah.
for the listener, for the viewer, and in fact, for the other person on the show, because that's how I perceive it. I perceive that they are the most important part of the show. So for me, it's very important that the things that we do and we discuss and the ways in which we do and discuss them appeal to our lounges.
You know,
we love
lounges,
our
yes.
lounges.
You
Yes.
know how that feels when you've missed your favorite show and you're like, oh my God, I have to wait until tomorrow. But now you don't.
You can just
don't
you
have
can
to
just
wait.
play it again.
Anytime
You know what?
like, anywhere
You know
you
what
want.
I'm thinking right
even.
now? We're not Netflix and chilling no more.
Yeah.
We are lounging and chilling.
Yeah.
How about that? That's a dead idea right there.
Yeah.
Chill with your person.
Lounge
watch,
and chill.
Watch back the Voice Lounge.
Lounge
Be like,
and chill.
babe, I think we should watch Beyond the Grey right now. or maybe we can watch the 3 to 6 Kings. You know what I'm saying?
Producers, if you are listening, we're sending an invoice your way. Lounge and chill.
Lounge and chill. Yes.
Lounge and chill. Yeah, there's an interesting conversation that I want us to have.
Let's do it, let's do
This
it.
one has been the social media and chilling one, where you find people exposing some of their marital affairs
Yeah,
on
it's a
social
thing
media.
these days, isn't
It's
it?
like, it's not, you guys are not chilled, and the things that you share with us are actually chilling. But what stands out for me, I'll use an example of a recent story that transpired. I'm just not going to mention names, but I think it's an important lesson that we can learn from that story. And it's not just one story, yes, it's stories of ordinary people as well, but we're using this one particular story because they're popular and they're
was
pretty
trending.
much famous,
It
and
was
they're,
trending, it was
they're a
trending.
celebrity. But there are more other stories that people can share. So a week ago, was it a week ago? Yes, a couple of weeks
About
ago.
a week ago.
Yeah. But on Christmas Eve, right, we saw videos being posted of a man who was having a conversation, I would say. I don't want to be biased for the story, but I do feel and
There was
want
a
to
disagreement
declare
that was
there
going on.
disagreement,
That's for sure.
right?
Yeah.
And it was posted on social media where it is, alleged that this woman took away the kids from her husband, right? They were supposed to spend Christmas as a family and they had a disagreement, and so she left with the kids. And now the husband followed to go ask for the kids and said, "We can fight, but don't keep my kids away from me." Right? I just want my kids. And he was drunk in the video, intoxicated, maybe not drunk, but tipsy. You can see that he had consumed alcohol, right? And in all of that, he was raising his voice, saying, "Hey, I want access to my kids. Let's fight, you and I. It's fine, but give me my kids, or you take."
I also love the fact
girl
that
and you
he
take the boy.
that he was able to speak English.
Yeah, the
at
entire
certain moment.
time.
Yeah, like,
Like,
he didn't lose that decorum. I respect somebody
he was
like that.
upset, and so social media saw the video and everybody started just bashing the man about how dare you make noise, how dare you shout, how dare you want the kids from your wife, you probably are assaulting this wife of yours.
Yeah,
Why would you do this
I
at someone
think-
else's house? Why couldn't you disagree at home? Why couldn't you wait for her to come back home? Why would you follow her to a friend's house and cause chaos? And the chaos is just the fact that voices were being raised and he was hootering at some point because they were refusing to let him in. And so that's where the whole thing started.
For me, it's so interesting. And the first way in which it's interesting is the ways that we like to call out men for being absent fathers, and for not caring enough, for not having a sense of compassion and desire to raise their children. So now, this is somebody who is fighting to spend Christmas with these children. And then our response is that how dare he do that?
Yeah.
And furthermore, the accusations of him being abusive, for me, just feel like they have no base. You know what I'm saying? And I say this because we tend to look at things online and forget about the fact that these are things that happen in society. So, like, for example, we do know of situations where we have seen, married couples having arguments. That's not anything that is.
Normal people have arguments.
It is not a novelty at all. You know what I'm saying? But people now all of a sudden act as if that doesn't happen. And I think for me, context is also very important. And I think from both sides, we didn't have context when the video came out.
Yeah.
But now as a result of that, we have assumptions, and some assumptions become very dangerous.
That a man who raises his voice surely beats up his woman.
I'm just trying to think, guys. If you have plans to spend Christmas with your family is not just your wife; it's your children. More importantly, it's your children. And the fact that you don't have access to your children on Christmas, that is something nobody could just take easily. And he had a certain point where he even said, "At least let me have my boy." And people were reacting to that like, "Oh, why would he leave?
You would rather choose a boy."
He is negotiating, guys.
Hey,
He's
you want the
able.
boy. The girl is not important to you. So
What?
you want your kids, but you would rather spend
I was
it
so
with your boy.
so
and,
amazed.
why are you picking?
I was like, what do you guys want from him?
Yeah.
He's trying to negotiate. Like, at what point, Sihu, do we realize that social media doesn't have to be there for judgment. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be there for assumption. That in a situation like that, our biggest concern should have been the fact that we live in a society whereby we publicize such things now. Not everything deserves to be online.
And I think that's where I'm going with the question I want to put to you. Should we, be putting out our marital affairs on social media, but not just marital affairs? Should we be putting out our intimate details and, experiences on social media? And when we do, why are we doing that? Are we doing that to shame the people in our lives? Are we doing that to get sympathy from people? Are we doing that because we just want the world to know? And if we're doing it for the world to know, why are we doing that? What are some of the things that we shouldn't be posting on social media when it relates to our lives and our personal lives in particular, where relationships are concerned? So if me and Zan have a fight, should I then, blaster the details of our fight on social media? Is that allowed? And when I do that, am I doing it so that people pick my side, or for people to tell me who's wrong and who's not wrong? Do we not have friends, guys? Can we not share these things with our friends or the people in our lives? Why are we posting our lives on social media like that? Particularly the fights, right? Sure, post the glamorous parts of
what's
your
the
life,
thing?
but why are we posting such intimate details?
I think we have to also realize, guys, that number one, the whole phenomenon of posting becomes a thing people just always do, right? So,
Sure.
do every single day is going to post something, and that's just what they do.
Yeah.
So now it becomes a conversation of what do you post and what don't you post, right? But I also think in that moment of the particular incident, the friend of this wife felt it was necessary for her to take a video because of whatever emotions she felt in that moment, and also because of the version of the story that maybe she heard from her friend,
Yeah.
that maybe is not necessarily putting all the facts on the table.
Or the version she was trying to, put
Absolutely.
across, because at, one of her Instagram posts, she says, "Oh my God, this man is rude, this man is abusive. He even swore at my mother." And you will find that in the video, he actually said, "I must respect you because unguma kodwa you're allowing this madness to happen. That means you're a mother of madness." And so the friend was like, "Oh, you're swearing at my mom. You're calling my mom umama sanganayo," because,
But I mean, what if what
and
she
there
was doing?
context to that.
What if what she was doing is umsangano? Like, can
So
you not say that?
he was basically saying that to City, you're saying I must call you Maya and I must respect you because unguma kodwa you're allowing madness to happen.
You're not respecting my family.
Wom, so obviously she was putting and trying to paint her own narrative.
But you see, I think that for me represents that whole. We are posting so much. We have to post everything because I'm
Yeah.
trying to think in that moment that you're upset. How does putting it on social media as a video help you?
That's the big
How does that
question.
help in any capacity?
That's the big question.
Because I'm assuming now, if abuse took place, there is legal
Yeah,
structures.
there are channels.
Yes, however, it must
Go
also,
to the police.
it must also be mentioned that when it comes to these cases of GBV and of intimidation and abuse, you often find that the legal system isn't always as reliable,
Sure.
and that's the reason why
Sure.
maybe some people do that. However, there's a difference between I've been going through so much, and this person is quite literally abusing me,
Yeah.
and therefore I'm exposing them, to the one of you are rude, therefore I'm going to post you, guys. People are rude. That's a terrible thing. Even if he was being rude, why are you posting him? I don't understand.
And not only that,
you
if
achieve
we
by that.
disagree, why are we posting that on social media? Are we not allowed to disagree now? Or when we disagree, some other people must have a say. Like, other people must watch our disagreement and be a part of it. Like, why are we inviting other people into our lives, into our experiences? That is something I grapple with. And I say this as someone who's very active on social media.
Content creator.
I am always sharing my thoughts. Like, 10 minutes ago, I was writing a status update on social media about a thought that I had, right? But I also know there are limits to what I can post and what I can share on social media, like that of experiences with the people around me, especially uncomfortable ones, especially ones that I know unpleasant, and of, disagreements or fights. I can't share those things because I know those things are not to be shared by the public. But then it also begs the question of, who decides? Because it's my life, it's my phone, it's my experiences, it's my POV. So why should it be dictated or limited to only the good times?
But I mean, also remember, you're going to have to live with the fallout of what you post even after you posted it,
Yeah.
right? Like that's the thing. And also, the inherent public nature of social media is one that creates a conversation that everybody feels as if they're supposed to be involved in.
The internet doesn't
Yes,
forget.
yes. And also beyond not forgetting, they also feel as if I can comment on this thing.
Yeah.
So let's just say I heard in public that this person and that person are married and they had this disagreement and this happened. I would have opinions on that.
Absolutely.
Maybe me and that person would be like, hey man, boom, 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 and then we'll stop there.
Sure.
But once the video's online, I can have an opinion, and then somebody else is gonna, let me also have an opinion.
And then
Next thing
they
you know,
start
it's created
probing.
this. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then also I think that the add-on of that is I felt in my experience with social media, the more I post about my thoughts on things, the more entitled people feel to conversation with me. And sometimes now it becomes a thing that people are are conversing with you, and in them conversing with you, they fail to realize not only just how you see things,
Sure.
but also maybe sometimes somebody is not in the intellectual capacity to be able to handle that dialogue.
Ooh,
That's
spicy.
I promise you
spicy
guys,
but real.
that's a
Spicy
real
but
conversation.
real. Spicy
I used
but
to be a
real and
person
very
who was
honest.
very opinionated online, and I stopped because I was getting tired of the useless conversations that I had
Sure.
with people back and forth.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? And also, I'm a person that tends to believe that there is weight and value in the things that I think
Sure.
and the views that I have. So I'd love to have them and think them in spaces whereby it's conducive, not in spaces where people are just closed-minded.
Oh my goodness. I posted something just earlier on today, and you're talking about people who are entitled. I posted my thoughts unrelated to anything but something I had seen. And then someone goes on to comment to say, you have seen so many of these posts, yet you failed to screenshot even one of them to put your point across. So why must we believe you? That is not credible. And I'm like, but like,
You know, it's my whole thing.
why do you feel entitled to me, sharing things in a way that is appealing to you? Why does that matter to you?
Yeah, I used to always be a bit confused. I'll just be like, wow, you can just unfollow.
Yes.
Like for
if you don't like my just
like,
move.
but I mean, I think it also raises, the conversation of comfortability. And I think people can easily get comfortable with the idea of Baby C who speaking about something and me speaking back, right? And the reason why they get comfortable is because if they're seeing the profile every single day and seeing posts every single day, they can end up feeling as if they know you, right? And they know that you're like A, B, and C. And then because of that, I'm able to engage with this person because this person is like this and that. And that for me becomes a problem now because you don't know me, bro. You know what I posted. You have no idea who I am. You know what I'm saying? But
A grandeur of illusion.
yes,
Yeah.
and the reason why it feels that way, the reason why I love how you're using, the word illusion, because it is not a reality, it is a virtual reality.
Absolutely.
But that virtual reality becomes real to some people,
Yeah.
and then they end up having a perception that they can actually have access to and speak to you in a certain way.
And I think my biggest grapple with social media is that people hold strangers they don't know, people they've never met, people they know online in high standards that they don't even hold themselves with, right? So you do the same thing privately, but because your life is not posted on social media,
Exactly.
because you're not on social media, popular on social media, or you're like a media personality, then all of a sudden almighty, you should have done that, you should have done
You
this,
should have known better.
you should have known better. And it's like, you don't know me. Why are you holding me in standards that you don't even hold yourself to? Why are you holding me to standards that I don't even hold myself to? I have presented myself as myself, but no, you assume because of how you see me or how you think I should be that I should be doing things a certain way, only because you, a user behind a keyboard,
Guys,
think
it is
people should be a certain way. The entitlement.
It is understandable for you to have ideas of your own, to have views on your own, but I think this perception that those views need to be somebody else's views, and also the fact that I can be upset with Baby for having different views to me because Baby always has views.
Yeah.
So I'm fully entitled to
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do think there's a thin line between discourse and dialogue, and then also looking at things as just unnecessary conversation that somebody feels entitled to have with you.
Do you think social media has an element of dehumanizing people?
Absolutely.
That because you are
Absolutely.
now a stranger I know online, I don't think you're human because you've got 99,000 followers on Facebook, and you usually share these views that people agree with, and then all of a sudden when I don't like it,
That's the issue.
yeah.
That's the issue with people agreeing with you a lot and people liking you a lot.
Yeah.
Is that they get comfortable in that. And then when that happens, as soon as you have your own opinion, which you believe is right, which in your mind you're doing the same thing you did every other time, but not because they've grown entitlement to to them having the same view as you. Once that view differs, oh, how dare you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think I always say, for as much as people agree with me,
Yeah.
I am very curious in the moments people disagree with me and how they disagree with me.
Yeah.
So it's
And
one thing.
why
It's very easy for us
disagree.
to get along when we have the same opinion. But when we have different opinions, that's when we see our characters.
Ooh, I just like to think people assume, man. Like people like to assume.
Yeah.
They like to assume they know you, or they like to assume
You've had somebody
based
come
on
up
those
and-
conversations. Akuxelele umuntu ngawe.
I was
Like,
about to say, I'm pretty
someone will
sure.
tell you about you in ways that you don't even know, and you're like, oh, okay, that's me, because you saw or you heard me say this and this and that, and then all of a sudden now you know that that is me. Njani, how?
And you'll find yourself out and about painting the town red, doing your own thing. And all of a sudden now somebody walks up to you and they feel like they know you. Like they feel like they actually know you. And it's not in the sense of like, oh man, like I listen to your show, good stuff. It's just like, hey bros, and then all of a sudden, dog, where and then it creates that. And that becomes friendly and nice at first. Up until now, there are no boundaries. So now because you've seen you all the time, and I tell guys this all the time, that when you end up following all these girls on the Instagrams and on the Facebooks, you end up creating a perception for yourself that you're familiar with these people and you don't know them. And then now you out here sending crazy DMs and inboxes because you thinking, oh, bro, I see her every day. She's so gorgeous. She does not know who you are.
She doesn't,
It's virtual, my friend. It's not real. It's virtual.
Yeah, so I don't know, man. I think social media is making us a bit unreasonable and irrational. People don't actually use their brains. They use their like buttons and the comment section to react and respond without even thinking. And it's wrong, guys. It's 2026 now. I think we should try and stay out of people's businesses, even though I must admit, zimnandi indaba zabantu. Oh my
But
God.
we need to have limits to that. We need to have boundaries to that.
Zimnandi
And
indaba
also, I
zabantu.
think even more important than that, we need to be conscious of the things that we post in our personal lives online. So making personal public is always going to be a quite an interesting conversation and concept.
Sure.
But to make everything public, to make everything personal that is public, it's just, come on, guys, have your limits.
We do have a comment coming in from Ela Mutalaba. Uti, the thing is, social media makes people entitled to have access to your life, forgetting we are all strangers and everyone has their own opinions. Also, social media dehumanizes people. Absolutely. All of a sudden, people forget that we are now human beings who are flawed, human beings who make mistakes. I don't know what it is about the terms and conditions of these social media apps that makes everyone believe that we all should be perfect. We should always be politically correct. That's another thing where now you can't even not know something because how dare you not know.
I remember I once, back in my ex days, I once had an opinion and somebody DM'd me like, Zan, I'm so disappointed in you. I was just like,
Ungubani to be disappointed in me.
I was on some, damn, bro, I'm more disappointed in you for having hopes in me.
Yeah,
I was like, why do you hold me to such a high standard? Why don't you, get the value of what it is that I said? So if there was something wise and profound that you heard, value that information. Don't all of a sudden start putting an expectation on the individual. You don't know me, bro.
People must go outside and touch grass, guys.
Touch grass, bro.
This is not
like,
normal.
for real.
It's actually not normal. You feeling entitled, into
Weird,
someone's
man.
life.
Weird.
It's like when you have an open and public relationship with, which is something I once had, and then all of a sudden you break up with your partner. Jiggy. People want answers. People want you to account as to what happened. You are not important in my breakup. You're not important in my relationship. I shared it, sure, but like I must give you answer
the other side
and I
of
must
the-
account to you.
The other side of the coin in that as well, though, is I know people whose relationships were very public, but whose breakups are also very public, which becomes a thing now. And this is the danger of dating publicly as a whole, is that we know how the internet can be. So you can't necessarily control what people's entitlement's going to be like. That's why I try to, when I do have my 2-week relationships, I usually don't take them online. It's not because they're 2-week relationships, but I fear people's opinions.
Now, I always say, if you don't see me hanging out with that friend anymore, if you don't see me with that person anymore, assume it's iphelile. Like, don't ask. Because I didn't necessarily tell you. I posted about it, but I wasn't telling you. I didn't say, oh, well, see, we are dating. I just posted, oh, I was with so and so. Like, we were hanging out.
There's this line by Mick Mill when he says, to all of you asking me about those friends that used to be in the picture. If they ain't in the picture with me no more, they're not in the picture.
They're not in the picture.
Boom. Mick Millie. Maybach music.
You're such a menace for that. You're such a menace. But I think, yeah, man, we are the people on social media are people in real life. So the standards you have in real life of understanding the people that are close to you and understanding yourself, maybe apply it so that maybe social
try,
media
man,
can be
guys.
healthy,
Can you
right?
try?
Stop holding people to standards that you yourself don't live up to.
Real.
You know, wanting people to do things that you wouldn't do, wanting people to be perfect when you know very well you're not perfect. We might be seeing the lives of many people play out on social media, but chances are you are living that life in real life. You know, that's your
where's
life
when?
in real life. You know, umdak judge at hey bo, why would you cook like that? Hey, the things that you cook, if we would see them, if you the roles were reversed and your life was playing out on social media.
Also, the whole cheating thing. You do that. Cheating scandals come out online, people judge. Like, oh, how dare he cheat? How could he cheat on that girl? She's so bad. Come on, bruh.
We know
you.
We
know
know
you, bruh.
We know.
We know what you do,
we
bruh.
Know.
Come on,
and
bruh.
not only that, oh my God, she took him back. How many times have you begazelled?
Go back.
How many times have you
That's how it works.
begazelled? Like, be honest. It's just that we don't have like
And this one
your
applies
life
to
playing out on
guys too.
social media.
This one applies to guys too. There are some men out there, you know, better men than me.
Yeah.
Tell you that. There are some men out there that take women back after
Yeah.
after situations of cheating. Shout outs to y'all. You know, shout outs to y'all that are doing it for us because we can't do
Do
it.
you know what my favorite thing is on social media? Someone who was acting holier than thou, pretending to be
You was then they
faithful,
exposed them.
and then they're exposed, and then chiki chiki. We know you're a cheater. Aibo, are you not the guy who was telling everybody
Yeah.
to be faithful?
You
Chiki
call it
chiki,
like
you're
Jetpack
cheating now.
X. He was dating this girl. That girl blocked me on X, by the way. That's like another long story. But he was dating this girl, and they used to be like a very public couple.
Yes.
And he was always judging other men for cheating, other men for doing almost anything.
Sure.
He was a timeline
Yeah.
warrior, and it just happened that there was a video that was posted of him cheating. Like
Oh
you could
my
see, and he was
God.
drunk, he was dancing, and I was like,
Oh
"Nanzo."
my God.
We were like, "Hey, wait."
And it's
Nanzo.
always the ones who are loud on
Nanzo.
social media, actually. It's that one activist
It's almost
who
like
doesn't
they're
keep
compensating,
quiet.
eh?
Yeah.
They're compensating a little bit.
They
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
They're trying to feel good about themselves. They're trying to vindicate themselves. And you know what? It doesn't work. We saw it with the Janstein files. You
Yeah.
know, it's guys, you know, on the timeline who are always acting
Yeah,
proper,
and one of them
who are
was- yeah, he
pretending
was a
proper,
timeline
you know?
warrior.
You know that guy. He's the first to say, "Hi, bolom cheetah. Why would
Yeah.
you do that?"
Kanti,
Chiki,
he is
wena?"
1,000 times worse than Lamchita, actually.
Hey,
he is
did
terrible,
he?
actually.
Hey,
yeah.
wena, eh?
Yeah. Ufumas, but sometimes these are guys you know personally in real life.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, you out here tweeting this nyakwas, man.
Yeah.
I've seen how you live.
And now, if you're someone who's naive, who's always consuming content without even,
yeah.
verifying it, without even ukluza for yourself, you will believe
You know what?
the lies you see on social media. You will believe that people are actually living those lives. Do you know how sometimes I will take a picture because I'm using a really great phone? Well, Zan's using a really
You're
great
using
phone.
my phone.
And I'll take a picture, right, of a moment that will look extremely beautiful. And in that moment, it wasn't even all that. We were frustrated. But
I
you
was
see that
there.
picture,
We were not happy at all.
we were unhappy. We were frustrated. But a picture is 1 second and then we move. You see that, and all of a sudden you think, oh my goodness, Uobuhle has this perfect life. Baby Ziwu is living
Also,
the
guys-
life. I didn't say that. You assumed. You saw my picture and you assumed that I am living the life. And I never said that with my own mouth.
Also, don't be too quick to assume
Yeah.
that you will find your heroes and you know people you can look up to online.
Yeah.
I just think in general, look for heroes in reality. That should be important. We do this thing of over glorifying public figures that are famous on the internet. I don't know why they do that, but people have a tendency of doing that. And I'm hoping in 2026 we look for substance. We don't look for fame and clout for people that should be role models.
It's wishing you were living
Yeah.
that life, but you don't even know that life. It's like discovering that all of your favorite celebrities, their lifestyles are funded by criminal money, like
And they're on
it's
drugs
funded by
and stuff,
underworld
and-
money,
and
you
they
wanted that life.
pedophiles, and you're like, oh my
Yes.
word, but
Chicka
he
chicka
made that
saba
song.
well, chicka
Yeah.
chicka saba well, but you don't know what's happening behind closed doors, and that is something you need to be conscious of. 2026, guys, you will be trying to live this life.
Yeah.
Kandu no. It happens a lot even with people who bet.
And with
People
people
who bet.
yeah.
Traders as well.
People who travel. You know,
Yeah.
you're seeing so and so a girl posting in Dubai.
Yeah.
You don't know why she's in Dubai.
Yeah.
You don't know how she's getting back from Dubai.
Yeah.
You don't know what she got to do in Dubai to go to Dubai again.
You don't know what she's doing.
You don't know.
The level of poo.
Yeah, you really don't know. You know, You think that it's gonna hit the fan, but it's gonna hit you.
Guys, be
Let's
careful.
leave that last year, 2025.
Guys,
We're not
be
doing
careful.
that this year.
Please, guys, be careful. And we might be laughing, but it's actually quite serious. People are depressed
Lord.
out there, wanting lives that they see on social media, not knowing the cost that was paid for the lives that people project or seem to be living on social media. And it's just a picture, guys. We know that pictures will tell you, stories, but sometimes it's really just a picture. You don't even know that that person recycled pictures. Just last year, there was an expose of celebrities who are recycling pictures that don't belong to them. So they'll, recycle pictures of cars that they don't own, but because someone is from the other
Fake it
part
till
of
you
the
make it.
world, and then they'll take the picture, not knowing that that person has followers in this part of the world. Oh, I'm here and here, but they weren't there.
Yeah. So guys, yeah, be very careful of that. People lie online. Don't believe everything.
Yeah,
Don't believe everything.
yeah. But when you see my profile picture, I just know
I am not, guys. I'm
that's
real.
the
I'm
one.
40 now.
That's the one.
I am my pictures.
That's
you know
the
what I'm saying?
one.
Like I'm for real. In
That's
fact,
the
I
one.
think I'm more interesting in real life than I am on the internet.
I
So just meet me.
I posted a video of myself at a car dealership, ne? And in the video I say, "Oh my god, I have a car," but at the end I joke and I say, "Ugh, actually I was just joking. I was kidding, guys." People took that and ran with it. A day later, I was having people in my DM saying, "Cela siboleke imali." Oh,
I don't lie,
why are you gullible?
Let's go for a drive,
Why are you
baby.
gullible? You don't even know me like that. So, guys, please be cautious of who you follow on social media and the content that you actually consume, guys.
And be conscious of what you follow
Yeah.
on social media. Because I think a lot of the times, I know many guys out there who social media is just full of girls.
Yeah.
And they just can't help themselves. Whether it's Facebook, it's
You
Instagram.
open Facebook,
Yeah,
the story,
they're just following girl after girl
it's
after
bums,
girl.
it's all
Yeah,
of these
and
things.
all they do is consume just lustful content. I think you must be very conscious of that. Be careful of the lustful content that you consume, especially y'all guys. Machita, this is me telling y'all.
Club content as well, where
careful.
people will see bottle girls with
Yes,
those,
yes, yes.
sparkling, beverages.
Ask
and you
yourself-
think that those were bought. Kandi, the club is just busy with promotion. So here you are feeling like you have to go spend money, but they didn't spend money. It's empty bottles that have water or bottles that won't even be opened until everyone is gone or until everyone is focused on something else. So please don't fall for the trap, don't fall for the lies, don't fall for the illusion of a life that is glamorous when you don't even know that it is.
Two things I want to say. One, always ask yourself, what does this thing contribute to me?
Yeah.
So what value am I getting from consuming this? Because you're losing your time and your attention.
Aesthetic.
Your time, your attention, your focus. So by consuming all this content, following all these people, what are you getting out of it? Always ask yourself that question. And I think point number 2 is one that I forgot because I need a refuel.
Yeah. And we're about to review. And just to add on that final point, follow the Voice Lounge. We will not mislead you. We will give you content that will allow you to think, invite you into your own empowerment, right? We're not here saying believe what we are telling you, but we're here saying think about the things that we are saying to you and choose for yourself which one is the right way to go and choose for yourself what path to follow after you've listened to these conversations. So follow us on our social media platforms. We are The Voice Lounge on Facebook. We're The Voice Lounge on Instagram. Voice Lounge _ZA on Instagram and on TikTok. We are The Voice Lounge on X, which is formerly known as Twitter. And we are also The Voice Lounge on YouTube.
Yes, guys. This was a phenomenal edition of Beyond the Great BTG. January is long, guys. Unyaga umte, and we are on day 3.
January.
January.
Yeah, Ziwari.
Ziwari on worry. But don't worry, we will be here on Monday morning. Yes.
Absolutely. Good morning and goodbye. Up next, you have the refuel with Tsepo and Shoes.
Good afternoon. Oh no, good morning and
Yeah,
goodbye.
good morning
This
and
was
goodbye.
Beyond the Great. I was Zan Chaka. Yes.
Baby Siu and Zan Chaga.
Yes. Household name.